Hello, this topic is blood anatomy. Blood, it is from the subject anatomy and physiology. Okay. I am just writing the. Okay, let's go to the topic. The content here I'm going to cover is overview of blood, components of blood, characteristics of blood, and plasma. Okay, these are the major components of blood. Let's start with overview of blood. You know that blood is the fluid connective tissue and it is coming under one formed elements, and it circulates different elements like vitamins, minerals, oxygen, carbon dioxide throughout the body and out excretory material like carbon dioxide, small amount of nitrogen from body to our environment. Okay, here single celled organisms do not need blood. They obtain nutrients directly from and excrete waste directly into the environment because they are unicellular organism and they are lacking all kinds of cellular organelles. Okay, by the osmosis process or diffusion. The human organism cannot do that. Human cannot do directly take any kind of liquid or some essential minerals from environment and excrete directly into the environment by the process of diffusion or osmosis. Human being, as it is the higher organism and multicellular organism, body has different systems to perform different physiological activities. Okay, our large complex bodies need blood to deliver nutrients, remove waste from our trillions of cells. The heart pumps blood vessels. Together, these three components. One is heart, blood. Second is heart. Third is vessels. These three components make up the cardiovascular system. Okay. This is the next slide. Components of blood. Okay. First one is blood is a connective tissue. Second one, it is made up of cellular components and extracellular matrix. Two things are there: cellular components and extracellular matrix. The cellular components are referred to as formed elements. Okay, RBC, that is red blood cells, WBC, white blood cells, and platelets. The extracellular material is called as plasma. Okay, plasma is mostly contain the water, that is around 90%, and it is the fluid part of the blood, and rest are cellular part. Here you can see this is the normal blood. When we homogenize or centrifuge the blood, the red one, which is heavier in weight also, that's why it is in the bottom of this container. Okay, this is RBC, our test tube, and you can see this thin white mark, that is our Buffy code, that is called as white blood cells and platelets. Together they are containing. This is WBC, and the pale yellow colored material is plasma, which is abundant in the blood, and it contains water, protein, nutrients, hormones, etc. This is a pathological condition, anemia. You can see the normal RBC, but in case of anemia, the amount of RBC is less. That's why a person suffering from anemia is called anemic. Okay, sorry. Now polycythemia. Poly means many, you know that, many. That means it is also an abnormal condition where number of RBCs are more. This condition is called as polycythemia. Yeah. Characteristics of blood. Blood is viscous, somewhat sticky to touch, like glycerin or honey. It is not like water, and it is due to its viscosity. It has viscosity approximately 5 times greater than water. That's why the flow of blood is not rapid like water. Viscosity gives resistance to the blood inside the blood vessels. Like if we allow the flow of water and honey at a time, the flow of water is more than honey because honey is more viscous. We can compare blood with honey, this analogy. Okay, Viscosity is a measure of fluid's thickness or resistance to flow and is influenced by presence of plasma protein and formed elements. This viscosity depends on the different kinds of plasma proteins and RBC, WBC platelets combinedly. Okay. The viscosity of blood has a dramatic impact on blood pressure and flow. We can compare the difference in flow between water and honey. Okay, in water only the chemical component is double hydrogen and single oxygen, nothing else. But in honey, it is acidic and fructose, fruit sugar, and it contains different elements which make it viscous. Same happens with blood. Okay, and the more viscous honey would demonstrate a greater resistance to flow than the less viscous water. Water is less viscous. Okay, the same principle applies to the blood. Blood constitutes approximately 80% of adult body weight. Okay, out of 100%, 8% of the body weight is taken by blood. Adult males typically average about 5 to 6 liters of blood. Females average 4 to 5 liters. Male contains 5 to 6 liters of blood, and female, this is male. Okay, female is slightly less in amount of blood, that is 4 to 5 liters. Okay, now the extracellular part, that is plasma. Plasma is primarily composed of water, that is 90 to 92%. Some books you can find 90% also. Plasma proteins. Okay, plasma contains water plus plasma proteins, which helps in blood clotting. Okay, proteins. 3 major plasma proteins are there. One is albumin, second one is globulin, and third one is fibrinogen. This is all about blood. I hope it is clear. If you have any doubt, you can message me. Thank you.